Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have literally finished filming a first video. So this video I've just finished filming is going to come out before this one comes out. So I have literally just told you guys about my pregnancy, how I found out I was pregnant, what symptoms I had that made me realize that I was pregnant, and how it made me take a test, how I told my husband, stuff like that. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put the link up on the screen just somewhere above my head, so go check it out. But before we get into this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. So today's video is going to be just me summarizing my first trimester, my first trimester in one video, basically. I think first trimester starts obviously from week 1 to week 13. And other times, I don't know, to be honest, I'm not very sure. I think it's week 1 to week 13, but sometimes when you try and search it online, you see week 1 to week 13, and other sites say week 1 to week 14, some say week 1 to week 12. So I'm not 100% sure what the start and the end time for first trimester is, but I think I used week 1 to week 14 just to be sure, just to be 100% accurate, because 14 was the farthest that I saw for first trimester. So yes, I'm going to be telling you guys about my week 1 to week 14 in this video, all the symptoms that I had, what I did, how I tweaked my lifestyle to accommodate the booba growing inside me. and yes, I'm going to tell you guys all that. I'm going to try and make this video not too long, because the video I've just filmed was pretty long because of like a story time, but I'm going to try and make this one not too long. So I'm going to be, if you see me looking down, I just have like kept kind of like a journal of my weekly symptoms. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at what I've jotted down. Just ignore me. Yeah. Okay. So like I already said in my previous video, I initially started noticing a lot of like heavy breathing, tiredness. Yeah, so it was mainly just heavy breathing and tiredness. But then when I found that I was pregnant, all the symptoms started coming up. Like, ignorance is really bliss, because when I didn't know that I was pregnant, I wasn't really feeling a lot of things. But when I believed and then I saw the pregnancy test, then all the symptoms started coming. I don't know if it was just me, my head, who just in my head, or I don't know, but yeah. After I knew I was pregnant, it's like all the symptoms just say, okay, she knows now, you guys, come on now, no need of hiding anymore, she knows already, because they all just started coming up, all the symptoms. So yes, so a majority of the symptoms that I had nausea. I didn't have morning sickness, but I had a lot of nausea. I don't even know which is better. I think I would have preferred actually throwing up, because the nausea is just there. Like, you feel like crap, you feel like you want to puke, but you're not puking. So I think I would have actually preferred actually puking, but that didn't happen. But yeah, I had lots of nausea all day, throughout the day, nausea, but mainly at night. I think I noticed I noticed the pattern in my nausea feeling. If I had not eaten, if I was hungry, I get nauseous. So what I tried to do was I tried to eat about every 2 hours. I think that helped my nausea, because I wasn't getting hungry. So before I go hungry, I've eaten something, so the nausea didn't really come. But I only figured that out later. I didn't figure it out earlier enough. So I had nausea for a bit, then I figured out that technique, and it worked a little bit for me. So I was always eating, basically, and sleeping. Yeah, so what else did I have? I couldn't really work out. I actually stopped, I told you guys that I reduced my workout when I found out I was pregnant. I mean, it's still first trimester. Halfway into first trimester, I was still working out about 40 minutes. about 3-4 times a day, and then I just take like an hour or 2 hours walk in the evenings. But when I started getting nauseous, I'm really tired. I was like around like 7, I think it was about 7-8 weeks, I think between like 8 weeks to like 10 weeks, I was just so tired every time, so I couldn't work out. I didn't work out, but I was still trying to eat well, but I had to stop working out because I couldn't do it. I just did not. Just so weak, I couldn't work out. So yeah, I didn't work out for about 8 to 10, 11 weeks. Obviously I had food aversion to a lot. I had food aversion to lots of my keto food. So I was living a keto lifestyle before, and then but now I couldn't have vegetables. Broccoli. Oh, the last time I had broccoli, and when I was in first trimester, when I knew I couldn't have it again, I almost threw up. Like normally I can have broccoli, vegetables, like keto meals, and I'll have lots of vegetables, and I would just have that like a lunch or something. But now I couldn't even eat broccoli. I ate broccoli and I almost threw up, and then I just knew that was the end. I couldn't do it again, so I couldn't eat that. I couldn't have green beans. I couldn't have peas. I couldn't have salad. I couldn't have carrots. I mean, I couldn't have all vegetables. It was ridiculous. It was so annoying because I love my vegetables. But yeah, bye to keto diet for me. And then I still managed to have some low carbs, but it didn't last long before the low carb turned into normal carb because I needed more carbs. I was just craving it. It was terrible. Like I said, I never actually puked. I puked once, but I won't call that a morning sickness. I was, I told you guys that I was craving Nigerian food. I wanted to, I don't know, if you're not Nigerian, you probably would not know this, but I got ugu leaf. If you know ugu leaf, give me a shout out in the comment section down below. So I got ugu leaf because I wanted to cook like a Nigerian soup. So because I got like a large quantity, I had to store some. I couldn't use all of it, so I was chopping it. I was chopping out the ugu leaf. Chopping it all up was a lot, and it had a very, if you know ugu leaf, you know that it has a very, 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 very strong smell. I don't know why I thought I could do that, but I was chopping the leaf. I was gagging, but I was like, I should just quickly cut it all up and just put it in the freezer and just know I'm done. I was trying, but I couldn't. Before I could finish cutting all the leaves, I threw up, and I threw up like I ran upstairs to the bathroom a lot. Like I threw up everything that was in my tummy. And I felt better afterwards. So this is the reason why I thought that if I actually had morning sickness, I might have been better off, but who knows? I never actually had it, so I can't really tell you. But I know when I threw up after cutting that leaf, I felt better because I threw up everything in my tummy till there was nothing else to throw up anymore. I threw up a lot. But yeah, so that was the only time I actually threw up, and I'm not counting that as a morning sickness because that was because of what I was doing. It was because of the vegetable smell that was made me throw up. So that's not a morning sickness. So majority of what I had was nausea. So I could only eat carbs, like I said, and anything that was sweet. Oh, my husband was so happy during this period. Well, he's still so happy because I still eat carbs. Then anytime I do a lot of cheating now, I'm never gonna come here and be like, oh, I eat carbs now, but I eat mainly like healthy carbs. Well, I eat mainly healthy carbs. But I'm not going to come here and be like, I eat only healthy carbs and I try to make my meal healthy as possible. I didn't cheat. Nah, I did cheat. Like, first trimester, I couldn't eat anything apart from carbs and sweet things. In fact, things that are not good for me is what I was craving. It was McDonald's burger. Oh, God. That always sounded good to me. And there was no judgment because my husband was always ready to eat nonsense food. So anytime I suggest, let's have McDonald's tonight, and he's like, oh really? I was waiting for you to ask me. I was waiting for you to say something. But yeah, or when I say, let's have pizza tonight, he's like, oh, I thought you never asked. Like, there was no judgment because he loves eating that kind of thing before anyways. So yeah. So yeah, my husband was very happy because he could eat his bad food without me giving him the eye, like, can't be eating that. It's like so terrible, like without no judgment. So yeah, so I had a few cheat days, few cheat meals, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't even regret them because they were good. So I had lots of cheat meals, but I obviously tried to moderate it. I didn't have cheat meals every day or every week even. I just had once in a while just to quench my cravings. Another annoying symptom that I had was bitter mouth. My tongue was always bitter. Like, it was so annoying. If I drink water, it's bitter. The only thing that could make me not have that feeling of bitter taste in my mouth is when I'm eating. So that means I was eating every time. It was not a bad thing to eat every time because I was always hungry, but that bitter taste in your mouth, it's horrible. I had that. So around the 7 weeks, 8 weeks, I told close families. I told obviously my mom and my sister knew, they were the first people to know. And then I told my husband's mom, my husband's parents, and his some of his family as well. I told a few close family, and yeah. And then another symptom that I had was dizziness. If I stand up too fast, I get so dizzy and my vision just goes a little bit weird. Like, I start seeing like yellow dots before it all goes back to normal vision. Like, if I stand, so my midwife told me if I'm trying to stand up from the bed, I should sit down first for a few seconds before actually standing up, and that worked. So normally I would just, from lying position, just spring up, because I wasn't like big, I wasn't showing or anything, so I still had that flat stomach, and I would just spring up, and then I'll be like, oh, my eyes told me a little bit, I feel a little bit dizzy. But then when I started sitting first for a few seconds before standing up, it was all right. And I think I had a little bit of diarrhea as well. It wasn't bad. I just had a little bit here and there, and it wasn't even a lot. It was about maybe 2-3 times. Yeah, I had that. And obviously that's a symptom as well. And I also had constipation as well. I had diarrhea, but I also had constipation. But it was not severe. It was just once in a while, and here and there, and it didn't last long. I was able to go when I had constipation. So yeah, so I had diarrhea and constipation. I had bloating. I started having bloating around like 7-8 weeks. I was just feeling very full, but obviously my tummy was bloated, as if like I was showing, but I wasn't. It was just bloat. So I had a little bit of bloating. I don't know if you noticed in my Femlocks try on haul video with my friend. She didn't know then too. She didn't know then too that I was pregnant, but I was already pregnant. But she was saying, "Oh my God, you lost a lot of weight. Like, you're so slim now. Good job." In my head, I was like, "Yeah." She didn't know. She didn't know that I was already pregnant then. I tried my best to like control my mood swings and my tiredness, so she wouldn't clock. She did. But yeah, so I had a lot of bloating. Yeah. Around like 9-10 weeks, my nausea reduced, but it was still there, but it reduced a little bit. But I still couldn't walk out. Like I said, I couldn't walk out for between like week 8 and week 10, 11. I couldn't walk out because I was always feeling tired. And then one thing that annoyed me was the more food I craved and the more food I ate, the less food I had in my choice group. So, for example, if I crave a certain food this week and I ate it like maybe 2-3 times, and then I go off it, so that I can't eat that again for like I don't know how long. But the more food I crave and I eat them, if I crave a food and I eat it maybe 1, 2, 3 times, I go off it. So that limited the amount of food choices that I had. I didn't like that a lot, because something that I liked a lot like 2 weeks ago, thinking about it now, I'd be like, no, I don't want to have that. yeah, so that was something else that happened. And then around like 11 weeks, 12 weeks, I started working out again because my tiredness lifted, stopped it. Well, it didn't go completely, but I had a little bit more strength around 11, 12 weeks, around the 11 weeks ish. So I started working out again every other day if I could, about 30 minutes, or I just go out for a walk at night, in the evening time. And yeah, and then I think around I had my first midwife appointment as well, but I actually had an appointment in 7 weeks because I just couldn't wait, because my appointment was around 8 weeks plus, almost 9 weeks. That's when I had my first official like NHS appointment. Well, before that one, I had one by 7 weeks privately, just to see that there's actually something in there. And then yeah, we saw the baby and so everything was measuring right, blah blah, so that was fine. So that was another like confirmation that, oh, you are really pregnant. And then around 8 week plus, almost 9 weeks, I had my NHS appointment, my hospital appointment, and then I met my midwife. We did all the checks. All checks came good. I was classed a low risk, so that was good. But afterwards, I think around that 11, I think around after that, I think the nausea went down, and then it came. The nausea was just going on and off. It was it didn't know what it was doing. But this week I'm feeling right. Next week I'm feeling a little bit nauseous. The other week I'm feeling a little bit okay. So it was just on and off. Most of the time I was lounging in the bathroom because I was working from home, so that was perfect. I didn't have to go to work and be running to the bathroom every time. So I was working from home, so that was good. So I was always lounging in the bathroom. So I was walking on the ground in the bathroom with my laptop working. So if I felt like I wanted to throw up and I run to the sink or something, most of the time nothing, well, all the time nothing happens. I don't throw up, but I just feel like sometimes it comes so strong that I feel like I'm definitely going to puke soon, but nothing happens. So yeah, yeah, so basically that's my first trimester in a wrap. Mostly nausea, tiredness. I went off from working out for a bit and then started up again. And then I had a lot of cheat meal. Well, not a lot. I had some cheat meals and I did not deprive myself at all. But obviously I was sensible about it. And then my midwife said a first trimester I should try and only gain between 0 to 4.5 pounds. For my first trimester, I only gained about 1.5 pounds. I was very chuffed. I was very chuffed about that. So that was good. With my McDonald's, I still only gained 1.5 pounds. That was good. I think it was probably because I worked out and I still managed to have healthy meals, and I still managed my calorie intake, but my daily calorie intake. So that helped too. So yeah, I only added 1.5 pounds during my first trimester. Second trimester, I think this my midwife has told me that I should aim to add 1 pound a week. We'll see. I'll tell you what happens in my second trimester video. But yeah, so that is all for my first trimester. I think that's everything. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think I missed anything. Or if I missed anything, I might chip it in my second trimester video. But yes, I think this is everything. These are my symptoms. If you have any questions, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section down below, and give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you in my next video. So my next pregnancy video is going to be obviously my second trimester update, like what I've done now, but for second trimester. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. So stay tuned, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.